Welcome, everyone, to the first SBI race of the 2002 racing season, the 12th annual Miami Offshore Grand Prix, coming to you from beautiful Miami Beach. Hi, everyone. This is Vince Lipari on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the Freeze Frame Video Production crew. We have about some 30 boats in all competing in this event in classes Superboat, Super V, Super Unlimited, Super V Limited, Super Stock, and Factory 1 and Factory 2. Of course, we had great racing for the World Championships SBI in Key West. Now, this freeze frame video production is being brought to you in part by the Fire, Water, and Reverie race teams, and also offshoreonly.com, an offshore racing website for advertising, boat sales, and other boating information. Experience the thrill of offshore powerboat racing online with offshoreonly.com. Now, as far as the race course is concerned, the start is at the Clock Tower, the finish line, 57th Street off the Fountain Blue on Collins Avenue. Of course, the Miami Beach area is a great vantage point for this race. The wet pits are at the Miami Marina at Bayside, the dry pits at South Watson Island. Registration is there as well. Now, the competitors for this race include, first off, in Superboat, it's Pier 57 Sism, Team Jaguar, and Pier 57. Superboat V, it's The Muscle, Firewater, Fountain Electronics, and Fountain. In Superboat Unlimited, Reverie, also Jason Priestley Racing Team, and Jaws. In the other classes, we got the Super V Limited, Don't Blink. In the Superboat Limited, it's Montano Motorsports and Zip Express. In Superstock, the Aqua Toy Store, Supreme Marine, Advanced Marine Technology, and Bodyguard. And also Gator Ford, MFW Racing. In F2, Factory 2, it's Inventus Fountain. We've got Outlaw, GMC Fountain, Rodriguez Group, Fountain, Mikasaki Indian Gaming, and Daytona Performance Marine. In F1, it's Extreme Racing and Pantera Racing Team, and those are your competitors for this 12th annual Miami Offshore Grand Prix here at Miami Beach. Now, Freeze Frame Video Productions is providing 9 onboard cameras for you in this event. We've got cameras on board Pier 57, Zip Express, Aqua Toy Store, Jaws. We've got 2 cameras on board Jaws, a front and a rear. Also a camera on board Bodyguard, Firewater, Jaguar, and Lube Job. 9 onboard cameras provided by Freeze Frame Video Productions for this event here in Miami. Also, the new edition of Freeze Frame Video races will be on DVD. Of course, all previous races will also be available on DVD as well. All right, now let's look through some of the boats here in the dry pit area. There's Team Jaguar as we await the first race here in Miami, this 12th annual Miami Offshore Grand Prix. Beautiful day here at Miami Beach. Again, this is the first SBI race of the 2002 racing season. Of course, a great season in store for the SBI this year. We've got Fort Myers coming up after Miami. Then we've got a race over at Marathon, Florida. The City of Marathon Superboat Grand Prix, that's in June. In July, the Suncoast Offshore Grand Prix in Sarasota. Also in July, the Deerfield Beach Superboat Grand Prix in Deerfield Beach, Florida. The Fountain Superboat Grand Prix in Washington, North Carolina, that's August 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And the Point Pleasant Superboat Grand Prix also in Point Pleasant, New Jersey, later in August. And the 11th annual New York Superboat Grand Prix in September, of course, in New York City. We always look forward to that one. And in September 26th, the 27th, and 28th, the 8th annual Atlantis Bahamas Superboat Challenge in the Nassau, Bahamas. And, of course, the Superboat World Championship this year coming to you from New Orleans, Louisiana. That'll be on November 3rd through the 10th. All right, as you can see now, well, we are airborne, and very shortly we will bring you race number 1 here at the 12th annual Miami Offshore Grand Prix, first SBI race, the 2002 racing season. Waters are very calm today, making for fast racing. You can see the weather is just gorgeous down here in Miami. Many spectators, of course, sun worshipers there as well. They get a great vantage point to watch this race right along Miami Beach. Of course, many spectator boats lining the course as well. But gorgeous sight. There's the offshoreonly.com boat, of course, offshoreonly.com for sponsoring in part this freeze-frame video production here in Miami. Go to their website, check them out, offshoreonly.com for all your powerboat racing needs. Offshoreonly.com. Okay, there is the orange smoke, and very shortly we will be lining up these boats and getting this race started. All right, there are your competitors now beginning to line up, and from the inside we've got Team Fountain, Firewater, and the Muscle. Team Fountain, Firewater, and the Muscle waiting for the green. Boats beginning to pick up speed, and we got a quick green flag here in this first race of the 12th annual Miami Offshore Grand Prix, and the Muscle going to the immediate lead, followed by Fountain Instigator and Firewater. It's the Muscle, Fountain Instigator, and Firewater. There they are, 1, 2, and 3. The Muscle, Fountain Instigator, and Firewater. Instigator there, you can see on the inside. The Muscle with a slight lead. Let's go on board Firewater now. Onboard Firewater V1, powered by two 800 horsepower Stopper racing engines, 40-foot fountain. Bob Oliver, the driver, Rich Wyatt, the throttle man. Bob from King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, Rich from Boca Raton, Florida. On board now, Jaws Racing Team.
With Rivera?
No, with
Yeah, we'll stay right here.
There he goes. Now Rivera has him going.
Just give him some space. Stay off this way a little bit.
Mark Herman at the wheel. Dave Wesseldyke, the throttle man.
Has he got the green up? He's got the green up.
Giddy up. Got an orange marker. Got a highway.
I got it.
Go out a little bit.
Jaws, a 46-foot skater. Powered by two 1,250 horsepower engines. All right, back to a helicopter shot. Just moments after the race, as we said, the Muscle going to the immediate lead right after the green flag, followed by Fountain Instigator and Firewater. Very quick green here in Miami Beach. First SBI race of the season. The Muscle and Super V, your leader right now. There's Instigator on the inside. The Muscle with a slight lead here in the early moments of this race. There's Instigator on the inside and Jaws on the outside of Jaws is Pier 57. They are battling there on the outside. Jaws and Pier 57. Jaws there on the outside. Pier 57 on the far outside. Jaws, of course, a 46-foot skater. Pier 57, a 42-foot fountain system. On board Pier 57, it's David Wood, the driver. Art Lilly, the throttle man. Let's go on board now. On board, Jaws. Mark Herman and Dave Wesseldyke, driver and throttle man. 46-foot skater.
Here comes Pier 57. 57 on the right.
Hey, this is the start turn.
Yeah, we're
Go
not.
to the next set of buoys.
Huh?
We gotta go to the next set of buoys.
Yeah. Okay. We'll push him out a little bit here.
Jaws and Pier 57 will battle there going on in Superboat Unlimited. Going into the first turn, Jaws and Pier 57. Great little battle going on here in the early stages of the race between Jaws and Pier 57 on the far outside. Jaws and Pier 57 battling it out here in Superboat Unlimited. Pier 57 making a move there on the outside. There's a Reverie boat coming now with Kel Roki and Jim Dyke Reverie. And there's the Jason Priestley boat going across the lane, spring down Jaws, and hitting the Pier 57 boat. We've got a collision there. Uh-oh, what's going on there? Let's see that one more time. Reverie coming down in the middle. And now we've got the Jason Priestley boat on the inside going across, hosing down Jaws, heading into Pier 57, and we've got a collision. Pier 57 has been hit. All right, now let's see that one more time in slow motion. As we said, we've got a major collision here. There we've got Reverie coming through. Reverie, a 43-foot Douglas Marine skater with Kel Roki and Jim Dyke coming through. Jason Priestley boat on the inside from 90210 fame. Jason Priestley, the driver of that boat, coming through from the inside, going across, spraying down Jaws, you can see. Continues to go across, goes behind Reverie, and heads for Pier 57. Pier 57, of course, David Woods and Art Lilly on board, driver and throttleman. And there you see the collision, a major collision, a serious collision between these two boats. The Jason Priestley Racing Team and Pier 57. Dan Campbell also on board the Jason Priestley Racing Team. He's the throttleman. On board Jaws now. Let's listen in.
All right. Got one boat on the inside, so keep our lane right here. Watch Campbell, son of a bitch. Where the he going? Holy shit. Come on. What the was he doing?
Man, he hit Pier 57.
Did he really?
He hit him. Okay, put it to it. Rock and roll.
There heard Mark Herman expressing his feelings about what just occurred. Mark Herman, the driver, Dave Wesseldike, the throttleman, on board Jaws. Right after this mishap between Pier 57 and the Jason Priestley Racing Team.
That's the hole I was telling you about. Right there.
Whoa.
All right, back to a helicopter shot now. All right, there's Jaws on the left and Reverie on the outside as we just watched those replays of that mishap between the Jason Priestley Racing Team and Pier 57. We understand major damage sustained by Pier 57, but the guys on board, David Woods and Art Lilly, are just fine. They're okay, as well as the crew members aboard the Jason Priestley Racing Team, also damaged on that boat as well. But the video, of course, speaks for itself. You decide. All right, we're going to go with Reverie now. Reverie, the 43-foot Douglas Marine skater that was almost, or could have been, hit by the Jason Priestley Racing Team, but somehow remained unscathed through it all. Reverie, we've got the driver, Kel Roki. He is from Norway, and the throttleman is Jim Dyke. He is from Ohio. Of course, Reverie powered by two 920 horsepower Lamborghini engines. Reverie, owned by the KR Racing Team. Just listen to those Lamborghini power plants. Reverie right now, first in class and first overall in this race here, the 12th annual Miami Offshore Grand Prix, coming to you from Miami Beach. First SBI race of the 2002 racing season. Calm waters, great weather here for this race. Of course, Prix Video Productions would like to thank the Reverie Racing team for helping to sponsor in part this production here in Miami Beach. Jim Dyke at the throttle doing a fine job. He's from Vermillion, Ohio. Reverie Racing Team, Kel Ropi and Jim Dyke. 43-foot Douglas skate. Beautiful Miami Beach skyline, of course, in the background. Some 30 boats in all entered in this event here in Miami Beach. Reverie, first in class, first overall. Around the turn. Those Lamborghinis are cranking. There's Jaws. Jaws apparently out of the race, perhaps getting too much water in his engine compartment because of that mishap earlier. There is Team Jaguar, but we're going to go with the other Pier 57 boat, Pier 57. And Ray Anthony is the driver, and Bobby Moore is the throttle man aboard this Pier 57. By the way, David Woods, the owner of this Pier 57, we understand that he and Art Lilly aboard the other boat, the other Group 7 involved in that collision with the Jason Priestley boat. They're doing okay. The boat, of course, sustaining major damage, but the crew members are just fine. This Pier 57 is a 43-foot marine technology powered by two 800-horsepowered inboards. By the way, Ray Anthony, the driver of this boat, is the owner of Toy Story. Bobby Moore, the throttle on board this Pier 57. Ray Anthony and Bobby Moore. On board Pier 57. We've got 9 onboard cameras for you for this event, and you're on Pier 57 with Ray Anthony and Bobby Moore. As we said, 9 onboard cameras on board the Express, Jaws, front and rear, bodyguard, Firewater, Jaguar. These onboard cameras put you right in the cockpit. Great vantage point of the race. Ray Anthony doing a fine job aboard Pier 57. Right. Factor helicopter shot. Ray Anthony and Bobby Moore. Going by the beautiful Miami Beach shoreline. Looking downfield, we pick up Team Jaguar. Team Jaguar coming up. Team Jaguar, 35-foot Jaguar, powered by two 900-horsepower Mercruiser inboards. Joseph Sobolewski, the driver, Rick Connie, the throttle man. They were your world champions last year in Key West. Team Jaguar. Joe Sobolewski, the owner. Rick Connie on throttle doing a fine job. Rick from Pompano, Florida. Joe from Jacksonville. Onboard Team Jaguar at the start. And we'll see a little splash of that accident. OffshoreOnly.com sponsoring in part this freeze frame video production for this race here in Miami Beach. Your online home for all your powerboat racing needs. There you see the splash there and that mishap between Pier 37 and the Jason Priestley boat. Of course, Reverie in there as well, and Jaws. Round the turn. Team Jaguar, back to our helicopter shot. Your world champions for 2001 in Key West in Superboat. Joe Soboleski and Rick Connie on board. Let's pick up Firewater now, your 2001 world champion in Superboat V. 40-foot fountain powered by two 800-horsepower Stotler Racing inboards. Bob Oliver, the driver, Rich Wyatt, the throttle man. Firewater. Firewater. Bob Oliver and Rich Wyatt, driver and throttle man. Other competitors in Superboat V, we've got The Muscle, Fountain Electronics, and Fountain, of course, Firewater watching right now. Firewater also a part sponsor for a freeze frame video production here in Miami Beach. Nice throttling there by Rich Wyatt from Boca Raton, Florida. Bob Oliver from King of Prussia is still on board. Bob Oliver at the wheel, Rich Wyatt on throttle. You're watching the 12th annual Miami Beach Offshore Grand Prix. There is beautiful Miami Beach. Firewater powered by Stoutler Racing Engines. All right, let's go with Superstock now. Bodyguard S69. Bodyguard is a 30-foot skater powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Mark House, the driver. Jeff Dindo, the throttle man. Mark House, by the way, is the owner of Outlaw Motorsports. It's Virginia's auto and truck accessories superstore. Other competitors in Superstock. We've got the Aqua Toy Store, Supreme Marine, Advanced Marine Technology. Of course, we're looking at Bodyguard right now. And we also have Gator Ford MFW Racing. Bodyguard, world champion last year in Key West. Special thanks to Diamond Marine, Marty and Joe over in Fort Lauderdale. Bodyguard's out of the pack in Superstock here in Miami Beach, the first SBI race of the season. Powered by two 2.5 EFIs, Bodyguard, 30-foot skater. On board Bodyguard at the start. Here's Pantera on the right side. A lot of spray there on Bodyguard. Very close to Pantera. Just listen to those Mercury power plants. All right, back to a helicopter shot. See some competitors there. Look at the beautiful Miami Beach skyline. So we're going to go with Miccosukee Indian Gaming, a 38-foot cigarette gladiator powered by two 500-horsepower inboards with Mercruiser drives. Brett Lee Pershman is the driver. Scott Mander, the throttle man. Scott, also the owner of Intense Marine. Around the turn, Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Special thanks to Marshall Paint for the graphics and paint job on the boat. Miccosukee Indian Gaming. Other competitors in Factory 2, we've got Outlaw, GMC Fountain, Rodriguez Group. Another Fountain boat, Daytona Performance Marine, and Invency's Fountain. That's in Factory 2. Highly competitive Factory 2 class. There's Lube Job on the outside. Lube Job. Miccosukee on the inside. All right, around the turn there, back to Superstock class, we've got Supreme Marine, a 30-foot AMT powered by two 2.5 EFIs. John David, the driver, Troy Hannon, the throttle man. They're both from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. By the way, Supreme Marine does inboard and outboard installations for all your rigging needs. See Supreme Marine. Troy Hannon, of course, the owner of Supreme Marine. Now, other sponsors here for this racing team include Jackson Demolition there in Schenectady, New York. Britain Drilling and Blasting up in Queensboro, New York. Avalon Construction in Sunrise, Florida. Southeastern Door in Jupiter, Florida. Also special thanks to Ryan Beckley and Kinetic Animation for the vinyl design installation. Kinetic Animation for all your graphics and vinyl needs. They're based in Sarasota. Supreme Marine, top of the pack in Superstock. Other competitors, we got the Aqua Store, Advanced Marine Technology, Bodyguard, and Gator Ford. Right now, Supreme Marine in second place in Superstock. beautiful day in Miami Beach. And looking upfield there in Factory 2 is the Rodriguez Group Racing Team. 36-foot cigarette powered by two 500-horse-powered Mercury imports. Driver Sergei Allegre off one, and the throttleman is Michael Carcetti. They're both from France. Other Factory 2 competitors include Inventus Fountain, Outlaw GMC Fountain, also another fountain as well, Mississippi we just saw a little while ago, and Daytona Performance Marine. 7 competitors in all in Factory 2. Nice throttling there by Michael Carcetti. The Aqua Toy Store in Superstock, powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Number one right now in Superstock, your leader, the Aqua Toy Store. Richard Ginsburg, the driver, Gary Ballou, the throttle man. The sponsor, the Toy Store. Special thanks to Ray Anthony, owner of the Toy Store. Ray's also the driver of Pier 57 today, the other Pier 57 boat, the one that remains in the race. Not the one that had that mishap with the Jason Priestley racing team. Number one, the Aqua Toy Store. Beautiful Miami Beach. Getting some sun and watching some fantastic competition here at the first race of the SBI. On board now, the Aqua Toy Store with Richard Ginsburg and Gary Ballou at the start. go with Deep V Catamarans, a 32-foot LA Marine. Powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Steve Quick, the driver. Lee Austin, the throttle man. Steve from Chicago. Lee from Fort Lauderdale. Deep V Catamarans in Superstock. Other competitors got the Aqua Toy Store, Supreme Marine, Advanced Marine Technology, Bodyguard, and Gator Ford. Steve Quick and Lee Austin, driver and throttle man aboard Deep V Catamaran. Around the turn. There's a Menzies Mountain in Factory 2 going by. But we're going to go with Gator Ford MFW Racing in Superstock coming up. Gator Ford, a 32-foot skater, powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Efren Luttrell is the driver. Lance Vincent is the throttle man. They're both from Tennessee. Gator Ford, powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Nice throttling there by Lance Vincent. Efren Luttrell and Lance Vincent, driver and throttle man aboard this 32-foot skater. Gator Ford. First SBI race of the season, the 12th annual Miami Beach Offshore Grand Prix. This Prix video production sponsored in part by OffshoreOnly.com, also the Firewater and Reverie racing teams. There's Deep V Catamarans on the outside. So we're going to go with Invensys Mountain in Factory 2 Invensys found a 38-foot fountain powered by two 500-horsepower Mercury inboards. Roger Ausley's the driver. David Knight, the throttle man. Invensys fountain in Factory 2. Now the F-215 team would like to thank their featured sponsor, Invensys. Invensys is a global company with over 48,000 employees specializing in bringing energy management solutions to customers worldwide. Invensys energy management includes supply and demand-side products and services to give customers a total end-to-end energy solution. This includes the most comprehensive group of companies in the world to create value for customers in the energy management market. Now this team, Invensys Fountain, they were your 2001 world champions. Your national champions in 2000 and your world champions in 1999. Right now, first in class, number 1 in Factory 2. Invensys Fountain with Roger Ausley and David Knight. Around the turn. Beautiful Miami Beach skyline. In Factory 2, there's Daytona Performance Marine F2-117. It's a 38-foot fountain powered by two 500-horsepower Mercury inboards. John Reed, the driver. Wyatt Fountain is the throttle man. By the way, this is the rookie race for this racing team. Now, Daytona Performance Marine is a Mercury, Mercruiser, and Yamaha dealer. Also, their boat lines include Fountain, Chaparral, Century, and Sailfish. Provide service and sales and on inboards and outboards, and they're located in Daytona Beach. Special thanks to Wyatt Fountain for all of his help, and of course also to Tammy and Brian for their help as well. And Prix Video Productions would certainly like to welcome them to the wonderful world of offshore racing. John Reed of Daytona Performance Marine. And we certainly look forward to seeing them next week at the first 8 PBA race in Daytona. Round the turn for Daytona Performance Marine. Other competitors in Factory 2. We've got, of course, Invensys Fountain, which is SAW, Miccosukee Indian Racing, Outlaw, GMC Fountain, Rodriguez Group, and the other Fountain boat. Advanced Marine Technology Superstock is powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Ross Romash, the driver. Alan Christie, the throttle man. Advanced Marine Technology. Alan Christie, by the way, the owner of this 30-foot AMT. Ross from Adventura, Florida. Alan from Boca Raton. Nice throttling there by Alan Christie. Advanced Marine Technology. Ross Romash and Alan Christie doing a fine job in Superstock. AMT, Advanced Marine Technology. All right, there's Montana Motorsports lube job. It's a 35-foot motion powered by two 500-horsepower Mercury imports. Gino Gargiulo, the driver. Larry Goldman is the throttle man. Lube jobs. Main sponsor, Gino Gargiulo's Oil Can Man. Florida's largest mobile fleet maintenance company, in business since 1990. Other sponsors include Global TV, Anthony Malone, Donna and Cody, More Power to Handle, Earth Inc., and A&S Deli. Thanks to Sal and Nikki. Also special thanks to Goldman's Extreme Marine, Larry, throttle man Raymond and Ulvey, and also Lube Jobs race team coordinator Renee. Larry does all the work on the boat and does a great job. John Carbonell and staff at SBI for making offshore racing fun instead of business. Montana Motorsports Lube Jobs. Superboat Limited. Beautiful crystal clear day here in Miami. 12th annual Miami Beach Offshore Grand Prix. As this race winds down now. On board, Lube Jobs. In second place, Lube Jobs and Superboat Limited. Gino Gargiulo and Larry Goldman, driver and throttle man. Gino from Pompano, Florida. Larry from Hollywood, Florida. There's Reverie, your leader overall. Reverie in Superboat Unlimited with Dale Ropey and Jim Dyke. 43-foot Douglas scooter. Just listen to those Lamborghinis. Reverie, powered by two 920 horsepower Lamborghini power plants. Extreme Racing F-157 in Factory 1 class. 29-foot fountain powered by one 500 horsepower Mercury inboard. Scott O'Connor is the driver. Frank Serro, the throttle man. Scott from Melbourne, Florida. Frank from Satellite Beach. Extreme Racing. Of the competitor in Factory 1, Pantera Racing Team. Extreme Racing in first place. Number 31, Bank Beaters, Superboat Limited. It's a 35-foot motion powered by two 500 horsepower Mercury inboards. Robert Nunziano is the driver. Doug Kelly is the throttle man. Bank Beaters, sponsor bankbeaters.com, your home for low mortgage rates. Also special thanks to Troy Hannon, the owner of Supreme Marine, for rigging this boat. Bank Beaters, 35-foot motion. number 1 in Superboat Limited. Beck Peters. Bob Nunziato and Doug Kelly, driver and throttle man. Bob from Dania Beach, Doug from Boca Raton. Number 1 in class, Bank Peters. Around the turn for this 35-foot motion. This will be the last boat that we'll be covering for you here at this 12th annual Miami Beach Offshore Grand Prix. Of course, this has been the first race of the SBI racing season. Very shortly, we will give you the winners in this race. Lots and lots of spectators are along Miami Beach. We're going to take in offshoreonly.com going into the finish line there at the end of this race here in this 2002 SBI race, the very first event for the SBI this season. Offshoreonly.com, your home for all your boating needs on the internet. Offshoreonly.com. Of course, offshoreonly.com, partial sponsor for this Prix video production here in Miami Beach. Of course, the other sponsors include Firewater and the Reverie Racing Teams. And that is it, the end of race number 1 here at the SBI 12th annual Miami Beach Offshore Grand Prix here in beautiful Miami Beach. As you can see, we had great racing, highly competitive racing, some 30 boats entered in all. We did have one mishap involving the Pier 57 and the Jason Priestley racing team, but fortunately, and the most important thing, of course, is that all the crew members are okay. So the boats did sustain major damage. Very shortly, we will give you the winners in this race for the SBI Miami Beach Offshore Grand Prix. Just a gorgeous day. The water was rather calm, providing fast racing. And there's the Pier 57 boat that was damaged by the Jason Priestley racing team. To the left side, they're pretty much caved in. Brand new boat, Pier 57. The mishap occurred on course, in his first race here on the first lap, but most of all, most important, David Woods and Lily are okay. All right, the winners in Superboat. We've got Pier 57. That's the other Pier 57 boat in first place, followed by Team Jaguar. Pier 57 getting the checkered flag in the Superboat class. In Superboat Unlimited, Reverie in first place, followed by Jaws and Jason Priestley in third place. That's in Superboat Unlimited. Reverie getting the checkered flag in Superboat Unlimited. In Superboat V, the Muscle. Firewater in second and Fountain bringing up third, the Muscle. Your winner in Superboat V. In Superboat Limited, Bank Beaters coming out on top, followed by Lube Jobs and Zip Express. Bank Beaters all the way. Superboat Limited winner. In Superstock, it was the Aqua Toy Store coming out on top, followed by Supreme Marine and Bodyguard. The Aqua Toy Store, checkered flag in Superstock. In Factory 2, Invensys Fountain in first place, followed by Daytona Performance. In second, bringing up third, Mikazuki Indian Gaming. Invensys Fountain, your winner in Factory 2. And finally in Factory 1, Extreme Racing getting the checkered flag. Pantera bringing up second. Extreme Racing, your winner in Factory 1. And those are your winners here at the first race of the SBI in this 2002 racing season. Of course, great, highly competitive racing. As we mentioned before, the mishap between Pier 57 and the Jason Priestley racing team, but most important, no one was hurt. So before we go now, there are a few people that we would like to thank. First off, the entire staff of the SBI, also our helicopter pilot, Mr. Russell Kilpatrick, Gary Johnson for his fine camera work, and our new helper on the onboards, Mr. Jimmy Fisher, for doing such a fine job. And of course, our sponsors for this freeze-frame video production here in Miami Beach, and they included offshoreonly.com and the Fire, Water, and Reverie racing teams. Now, we also like to say that all freeze-frame video productions will now be available on DVD. So on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the freeze-frame video production crew, this is Vince Lipari wishing you a fond farewell from Miami Beach, Florida. Hoping to see you soon at the next Offshore Powerboat race. Bye, everyone.